Hey, good afternoon, everybody. John here in the studio 10-4 weekly update. Got to get my throat cleared there so I don't sound like I'm talking underwater. Hope you guys are doing all right out there today. Kind of a crazy weather day here in California. Talking to our editor-in-chief, Dan the Man, down in his neck of the woods in California. They got 8 inches of snow overnight. And in fact, while we were talking on the phone today, they were getting more snow off and on. So not the usual thing for where he's at in California. Trust me, it does happen, but not the norm. Around my neck of the woods right now, we've had nothing but cold, and I know California, we're a bunch of sissies, but it gets cold here. And literally 29 degrees, I think, was the low for us last night. That's cold, man. That's all I can tell you. That's cold. Anyway, got a great show in store for you today. Got our February 2022 cover truck guy in the wings there. We got Charles Hale waiting to come on board. And we're going to talk all about that 359 Johnny Cash truck of his. Also wanted to take a minute just to say thank you to Jesse's Equipment Sales. Go to jessestrucks.com, get yourself registered, and you might stand a chance to win this truck right here. That is a 1995 Peterbilt 379 extended hood. And not only can you win the truck, but you can win 10 grand cash with it to go. So if you're just starting out and you're lucky enough to win a truck, and you're the guy they give the keys to, they're going to give you 10 grand to go get started and get in business with. So not a bad way to go. Beautiful trucks too, by the way, guys. These trucks are gone through bumper to bumper. They go through and they check everything out. This particular truck itself has been completely reworked, new engine. I don't know if they did the tranny and the drivetrain on it, but if it's okay, they're going to leave it. If it needs something new, they're going to fix it and do it. They'll tell you all about it and more about it as you need to know. And if you win, you'll know everything there is to know about it. But check them out, jessestrucks.com. Get on over there and get registered. That's all you got to do. Follow them on Facebook too. They've got a lot of great stuff going on over there with a lot of up-to-date information. Also want to say thank you to Pittsburgh Power and Max Mileage. Of course, this is the cover truck show, so we always bring Pittsburgh Power along with us. We also want to welcome in officially as a full-time, at least once a month sponsor, and that is Evans Detailing and Polishing. That's Evan, time to shine with Evan, and he's going to be in Matt's in Louisville, along with Pittsburgh Power, and all the rest of the cool kids are going to be coming up here real soon. But we will definitely be looking for Evan there and Pittsburgh Power at Louisville at Matt's, and of course PKY. We always say Matt's. We don't always get both of them in, but it is both, and that is Mid America Truck Show, and PKY. In case you don't know, that's the Paul K. Young Truck Beauty Championship, as we call it. So want to welcome guys on into the show today. We got Dave Cooper in the wings there. Danny Kimball, good to have you on board, buddy. Kyle Nelson, Brandon Carpenter, CG Souza in the house. Nice to have you, buddy. Todd Follier, nice to have you as well. Contributor Dennis Mitchell in the house. Good to have you in there. I bet Aunt Barb somewhere nearby, whether by computer or otherwise. So good to have you all here, and thanks for dropping in. Want to take a minute too to catch up on what is happening at Matt's. Well, right now we've been seeing traces of the Matt's Wall of Fame, and if you're not familiar with that, go to their website or the Facebook page and check it out. They've been posting up a lot of different posts. It's a collage, a graphic collage, and it has pictures of different individuals that throughout the years have meant something to the industry, and some certainly more than others, but not with any less respect. They're going to make it up to the Wall of Fame, I'm assuming. We really had this conversation today. We're not clear exactly what that means yet, because they're not saying that these guys are actually the winners. They're nominated. I don't know. Anyway you look at it, I think these guys are all going to be in the first year group that go in to the Wall of Fame in 2022, which is going to be the 50th anniversary of the Mid-America Truck Show. And our very own Eric Sieben is kind of pretty much dead center in there of all the photographs of the folks that are in there and that have been nominated. So I haven't seen a single post out that speaks to Eric and his contribution over the years, which have been many, from 10-4 magazine, of course, to the trucking industry, and of course to the truck show circuits out there. And Matt's being one of the big ones that 10-4 has been a part of for many, many years. I think the early 2000s is when they started. He and Dan and Shan and Gene, everybody started going out there to Louisville and taking part in that show. Go over and check it out and see what they got. Who's going to be there? Also, a lot of confirmations. A lot of 10-4 cover truck guys going to be at the Louisville Mid-America Truck Show this year, and I've seen their confirmations being shared with the Facebook page there for the Matt's Facebook page. We're going to be doing live streams from Matt's. I want to make sure you guys know that. So if you can't make it out to Louisville, we definitely will be there, and we will be live streaming Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Wednesday is not the official start date of the show. It just happens to be our kind of opening of Louisville every year, and we like to get there and kind of show folks what's going on behind the scenes while guys are still working on the trucks, getting them ready to be put into the show and judged before Rags Down on Thursday. And we will certainly be bringing you a lot of good stuff from the back lot, as we say, at Louisville at the Exposition Center there in Louisville, Kentucky. Dan, the man in the house, must have got out of the snow there, shoveling snow. Dan, I don't know if you shoveled any of that stuff out there, or if you guys just looked at it from afar out the window. Billy Joe Burrell, man, I'll tell you what, buddy. Good to have you on the show, by the way. Yeah, man, you're stepping up your game there on the barbecue and the smoke food and everything you've been sharing on Facebook, man. I think I actually saved a couple of the ones that you shared that I saw that I really liked, and I'm going to have to go in and try to see if I can attempt to do them as well as you did. But they look good, man. They look really good. So glad to have you on board as always. Todd, do I know of any photographer for Truckers Jamboree in Walcott, Iowa? Let me put that one up there. So I'm not sure. Do I know of a photographer for Truckers Jamboree? We will have somebody there. I'm not sure what exactly you're asking, but we will definitely have somebody there at the show. So if that's what you're asking, yeah, somebody will be there for us to cover it. Absolutely. Maybe even more than one. I'm not sure who all is going to be at that show. Which incidentally, a good way to find out about all the shows is to go to the 104magazine.com website and click on the events tab, which is right up at the top underneath our 10-4 logo, and check out the schedule of events for 2022 that we have so far. A lot of those are being transferred from their Facebook events that they have onto our page, so you guys can have easy access to them without having to think about where to go to find any given truck show. My best advice for anybody out there right now, if you are part of a Facebook page or an event that represents a truck show or some event that you want us to share, the best way to do it, create a Facebook event for us, okay? However else you do it, that's up to you. But for us, create that event and let us be able to share that on our page. And that way we have this central location for all the events going on in 2022, that anybody looking for any truck show, all they have to say is, yeah, go to 10-4's page. They've got them all. It's the best way to be. I mean, we've got almost 300,000 people hanging out on that page every day. Why not be your event, be part of that as well? So get the event made in Facebook. If you don't have an event in Facebook, I don't know why. You should have it, and you should have a page or a group. Either way, do that. Now, something else too, just before, I don't want to dive down a rabbit hole, but if you create a group, keep it public if you want to share it out there to everybody at any given time and have people share posts from the group. If you go private like we did with our group, and we can do that because we have our page as well, but if you do that with your group, you're not going to be able to share your calendar event that you create inside the group. You'll have to create a page. Okay. Anybody need any help with that? Email me, John at 104magazine.com, private message me on Facebook, whatever, get a hold of me. Instagram too. I got a lot of folks private messaging me in Instagram all the time. You guys can get a hold of me and I'll help you out. Let's talk about subscriptions. Of course, 10-4 magazine. What's the best way to get your 10-4 magazine? Well, if you're not out on the road every day and you're not at the exact same truck stop that you need to be at or Chrome shop to get that latest edition of the 10-4 magazine out of the rack, subscribe. It's $50 a year. You get it shipped to you to your wherever you tell us to send it in a clear plastic sleeve. It's protected. It comes off the press. It gets put into that clear plastic sleeve and mailed to you, and it's perfect, just like the day it came off the press. Now, if you subscribe before March 1st, new subscription and existing subscriptions, you will get a ticket to Matt's. All right. You will get a ticket to Mid-America Truck Show. One ticket per, and that will go out if you order before March 1st. All right. So check that out. Get your subscription, get a ticket to the show. If you're going to be in Louisville, there's your ticket to get in. Some other cool stuff that we got going on too for us that's kind of neat. And by the way, guys, you never know what we're going to do on our end with subscriptions as far as the cool stuff that we add in sometimes. It could be any number of different kinds of swag, certain photos, posters, calendar, whatever. I mean, there's all kinds of cool stuff that we stick in there, and we've got some cool swag coming out. So I'm thinking at some point there may be some of this new stuff going in, but for right now, it's only going to be available at certain places. And one of those places, and this is cool, I got to bring this up. I had this ready to go earlier, and I'm going to see if I can't find it here for you real quick. But we have some brand new swag, and there it is. Brand new for 2022, the original 10-4 magazine since 1993 coaster. That is your 10-4 coaster. And we also have the 10-4 magazine for today's trucker since 1993 10-4 magnet. Go on your possibly metal dash if you have one still on a truck anymore. I don't think many of them do, but otherwise it's probably going to end up on the refrigerator to remind you that you got to check the mailbox for the new magazine that you should have picked up. All right. So anyway, be sure and check those out in Louisville. We will have those available for purchase. They're also going to be going into the goodie bags for the Paul K. Young Truck Beauty Championship contest. Each entrant is going to get a swag bag full of cool stuff, and our cool stuff is going to be going in there as well. They are going to get a magnet, if I'm not mistaken. Dan, correct me if I'm wrong, but yep, they're going to get a magnet. So coasters are going to be available and magnets are going to be available at our booth. We are in the north wing of the show, same booth we are in always every year. So love to have you guys drop by, check us out. Look for the swag. We'll have t-shirts for sale as well. And then, of course, we have all the free stuff. And also in that swag bag, the entrants are going to get a magazine. They're going to get the March edition as well as the magnet in there. Back to the booth, though. You guys come up, free magazines as always, and posters, whatever other stuff that we have available that we're going to be handing out and giving away over the time that we're there. Definitely drop in. And just in case you didn't know, our Dan the Man put it up there, 104magazine.com/subscribe. Dale Boca Leone, good to have you back, buddy. Eddie Staley, good to see you in there. Nice that you guys are in the show. I appreciate you always. Great support for the show. I like to thank everybody every week. And this is going to be kind of a cool show because usually Charles is over on the wing here on my screen. Over on the side, I see everybody that's in the show. I got him with us today down here in the bottom. So I'll be bringing him up in a minute. Actually, I think I got through everything. So without ado, let's talk about this young man here and this truck right here. I love that. That is a cool looking ride, my friend. Nicely done. And I got a special guest hanging out in the wing, but for right now, how about it?
Good evening,
gentlemen. How we doing over there?
Doing good. How's everything out in California?
Man, you got the audio going on, the resonance in the voice there, my friend. I'm liking that. So introduce yourself and your guest, please.
Well, my name is Charles Hale, and this is my oldest son, Ethan.
Hey, John.
How you doing, buddy?
Good. Doing good, man.
Good to have you both on the show today. And looks like you're in the boardroom, man.
We are.
Making big decisions, doing big things today?
Executive decisions.
That's right. You got the right shirt. Hey, you get 10-4 shirt on, and look. Hey, what?
I had to wear it, special occasion.
Oh, I'm impressed as hell. We got the same shirt on. That's just damn. That's
Oh, that's
special.
where
Right
all the
there.
cool kids hang out, John.
That is
That's right.
exactly correct. That is exactly correct. And if you want to get your cool kids gear, get with us in Louisville and get y'all some shirts and hats and other fun stuff like that. Hey, look at that. We got the Diesel Addict in the house as well. Stephanie Haas. Nice to have you, Steph. Stephanie's got a little congratulations for you guys. Can you see the comments there at the bottom of the screen? Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. Right on. Good deal.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Yes, sir. Right there. So long time coming around to the point we're at here today, but man, this truck has got a story. And Charles, you and I were talking, and it seems funny we're talking you and I face to face because normally you're over here on the side hanging out, watching the show, a dedicated listener and watcher. So thank you for that. But we come a long way around to get to where we're at here today. But there's a special connection with this truck and you and a bunch of other people, as well as myself, as we were talking about, locally here for me, there's such a connection to Johnny Cash and the Cash legacy here in Folsom, California. Of course, and like I said, I'm 5 minutes from Folsom Prison. I literally hear the lunch siren go off every day at noon, right from my front porch out here. It goes off and lets us know it's 12 o'clock. So to have this truck come in now and be a part of that small circle we live in together, it's kind of cool. I'm digging what I'm seeing, and so is everybody else. It's real popular on social media. Been glad to see the responses, and I've got some great stuff here that you sent over to me that I'm going to bring up here in a minute. But right now, I wanted to bring this up, and there it is. There's the cover of the truck. Nicely done by Dan the man himself, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes.
And where were you guys at when this took place? I know the story, so I'm going to let you tell it a little more than me. You go ahead, tell us where this shot was taken at and who was hanging out with you that day.
Well, Dan went to Carlinville and shot the truck right after the Rantoul, Illinois show. And Ethan and I had left the truck with Mickey Gwillem to get 3 or 4 things done to it. And we were not present at the photo shoot. I think Dan and Chan and Eric Hale were at the photo shoot.
Gotcha.
Mickey took the truck out to a couple of places. And I think some of these shots were also there at Mickey's backyard that Eric Hale took at the Beer Man Bash.
That's right. That we had, so we had a combination of events,
correct,
and people along the way that made this thing happen, and then Dan put it together behind the scenes. So this truck originally was ordered for Johnny Cash, and if you guys don't know the story, truck was ordered by Johnny Cash for him. It was going to be their tour truck, pull their probably their equipment trailer around. And there was one thing missing. And because that one thing was missing, they didn't take delivery of the truck. And there's that picture you sent over to me right there with what was missing. And that's that damn Johnny Cash logo up there on the, what do they call it?
It's a VeriShield.
VeriShield. Thank you.
VeriShield.
VeriShield, because it has different angles you can set the deflection at, right? Is that the deal? Yeah.
In cab.
Yep. So, and I still think that Johnny had he known how cool it was to not have that. Sorry, guys that love him, to not have that. He should have just painted it up on the front of the trailer, but oh well, right? Then I guess we'd have another story that we'd be telling, and not this one. So the truck didn't come with the VeriShield. They turned down the truck. Then what happened?
Well, my father and grandfather owned Air and Oil Company here in Russell Springs, a small bulk plant here in our hometown here. And we were in the market for a new truck. And the driver that we had at the time, he was an excellent driver, a good friend of ours as well. And my father more or less just asked him, well, what do you want? And he said he'd like to have a Pete with a 3408 Cat and 5 and 4 transmission. And so we went to Peterbilt and Nashville and inquired about buying or ordering a truck, with those specs on it. and they had quit installing from the factory the 3408s. 1985 was the last year. So he said, the good news is I can get you a truck with a 5 and 4 any way you want it in a 400 cat. Or he said, we got a 3408 right outside here. And that was this truck.
And there's the build sheet of it right there that you sent over to me. I looked at that today and I thought, well, those build sheets are a little more involved nowadays, aren't they?
Yeah, that's just the top page. It's about 70 or 80 sheets long.
Oh, it is. Okay. All right.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So there you go. Well, and that's amazing to have that original build sheet involved in there as well. All part of the story. So keep going. Tell me more.
Well, we ultimately drove this truck, and we decided we liked the 3408 better than we did the 5 and 4 transmission. So we ultimately wound up and purchased this truck, and we used it for 9 years. And in 1994, we sold the truck and bought 2 other Peterbilts from Peterbilt in Nashville, and kept up with the truck for a little while, but then lost track of it. And Ethan kind of got on the hunt of it, and he asked me a few times, reckon what happened with the old V8 truck? And in my mind, it was old and everything. I thought, well, it's been wrecked, or it's been scrapped out, or sitting in the field somewhere, grass growed up in the middle of it or something. I didn't have any idea. And he got on the hunt of it and actually tracked it down in social media. And he can give you better details about that than I can. So I'll let him tell you about that.
Well, I'm just going to back up what Dad said and kind of go take this. Hey, Eric, take it just a little bit further.
All right.
I had been wanting to have something for me and him to tinker with and piddle with on the weekends, Saturdays. Let's put something together. Let's build something, And I thought, how cool would it be to find this truck that I've heard so many stories about? It was a V8. It was fast. It had a 100-mile-an-hour speedometer in it. All the local trucking companies around here and kind of the old timers, they know about it. Hey, do you remember that V8 truck? Oh yeah. And they could tell you stories after it. It passed me one night on, the interstate, whatever. So,
what was that geared at, by the way? What was the gears on that truck?
It's a 15 overdrive and 370s.
That's not bad. You got your speed out of the transmission. Those gears not necessarily are where they're going to get you going fast. But okay, go ahead.
Well, just wanted to have something for me and him to do, and my younger brothers. So got on the hunt, and like Dad said, through social media, of all places, started getting leads and groups. There's a Caterpillar group and a 3408 group, and somebody dropped a hint. Hey, I might know where one's at that was supposedly owned by Johnny Cash. So like a bloodhound, I started sniffing that out, and one contact led to another, which led me to Mickey, and I had the guy to go between through him. And Mickey contacted me, and he's like, hey, I heard you're looking for a truck. And I was like, yeah, my family had this one. I'm trying to track it down. This is the VIN number. I had to ask Dad the VIN number because I didn't have any idea. But
and that's Mickey Gwillem. We're talking Mickey Gwillem, right?
Yes.
So it's funny you should mention his name.
Hey, Mickey.
Hey, guys. How are you guys?
How about that?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good. I'm hanging in there. Good to see you guys.
Good to
You
see
too,
you,
man.
I wanted to bring Mickey in because Charles, you touched on something when we spoke yesterday, and that was that how much involvement there was with all of you and Mickey and getting this thing to happen. So you guys talk amongst yourselves and tell us the rest of the story. Ethan, go ahead, finish what you were saying, and Mickey, added in there, man, and tell us the story.
Well, I think I sent Mickey the VIN, and I think a day or so later, he sent me back a picture of the back of the sleeper.
Yeah.
And it had 1857-88. And I was beside myself. You know, I could not wait to take that picture and send it to Dad and say, like, here it is. You know, I found it. You know, it's there. There it is. You know, and I had no idea. No offense, Mickey. I had no idea who you were.
Sure.
Wait a minute. Whoa, wait a minute. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody should have known I was Tyler's dad. That's what they should have known.
You know, and if you ask him, that's what he'll tell you. Say, who are you? Say, I'm my Tyler's dad.
Yeah. Just Tyler's dad. That's it.
I had no idea that you did what you do to these trucks, restore them and build them and everything else. So, you know, and once we got acquainted and figured everything out, I don't think that the thought crossed either one of our minds to try to purchase the truck back. I just wanted to go to Carlinville, to Mickey's house, get Dad behind the wheel again and take a picture of him behind the wheel, which I did. And I was fine after that. I got to look it over. We got to start it. We backed it out of Mickey's garage. We talked. We made a lifelong friend with him and Tyler and his crew there that works for Mickey. I was content as heck after that point. And then Dad and Mickey got to talking, and my stress levels went through the roof.
Well,
you know, like the thing of it is, when they got hold of me, you know, and they had wanted to come and look at it, you know, and Ethan had asked, he said, when you're done with it, just let me know. Cause he said, I'd like to bring my dad up, and, you know, they're 7 hours away. And I thought, God, these guys are crazy. They're wanting to drive up here. Just look at this truck, you know, and it took me several years. I mean, it took me 9 years to get the truck bought when I bought it. And I bought it in a basket. We hauled it home on a couple trailers, and a couple friends helped us haul it home, you know, Dave Marcotte and a few other people, but we'd hauled it home, and I mean, it was about halfway gone. And we worked on it long enough, and slow process. Cause I mean, I really didn't think about selling it. And then I had considered it. And then when these guys, I had a guy wanting to do a trade on it, and I was actually going to do a trade to get my old lime green truck back from my boy and for Tyler. And these guys came and they really wanted it. And actually, Charles, I think had expressed, he said, you don't understand. I'm going to make you a sizable offer. And I just kind of laughed, but he's pretty set on getting it. But I think that the truck wound up where it should be at. I mean, I'm glad it went home. That's where it should be. And they're good administrators to have it, and they did a really good job taking care of it.
I think you're correct. Guys, what do you think?
Well, we were, like Ethan said, you know, we made a lifelong friend with Mickey, you know, whether we bought the truck or not. And we're glad to make contact with him. And of course, we've always been into trucks, and you know, like Mickey said, one thing led to another, and we were in some stressful negotiations there for a little while. But we got the job done, and you know, we were proud to be able to buy it back and bring it back home. And you know, some people play golf, some people fish, and I just bought an old truck to fool with. You know, I mean, that's my hobby.
The love of the trucks is what's brought so many people together. I mean, as well as you guys know with doing the magazine, it's not always about, you know, I mean, too many people. Some people get caught up in that trophy, and some people get caught up in a little bit of that notoriety. But I think the real winner is when you come across folks like these guys, you know, and you get the privilege of knowing them, and then you get to meet a few others. You know, it's a blessing. You know, there's a lot of friends you have out there that they're very worthy of the notoriety, but at the same time they're very humble about it. And I think that's what's great. I mean, and whenever you're across the United States, you always have a place you can reach out. You know, it's it's like today, Beer Man called me, his truck blew up on him, and he's in the middle of nowhere in Texas, and he's at the Mo Beatty, Texas area, and Jackie Don and Shelton May, they're overhauling his truck. And I mean, of all places, it just, you get blessed. And it's like with these guys now, they're just an extension of family. And I'm lucky my family's about 500 people.
You know, I mean, it's really kind of eerie. You bring up Bierman and the truck. I was thinking about him today after you and I spoke, and I was wondering, you know, where's he at? What's he doing? Is his truck okay? Is he okay? There it is, man.
Yeah, he's still out there turning and burning. It's he's out there being cool as he always is. You know, he's always got the peace sign and hey man going on. But yeah, it's kind of one of them things. He's out there doing it, but it's like he told me today. He said, "Man, I'm blessed. You know, here he is. It's where friends are at. You know, and it always happens that way. It just seems like good things happen, but." You know, and you guys all help that, you know, I mean, with the magazine, you keep people connected, as well as these pages. But it's like with these guys here, they've got a following, you know. I get tagged all the time when they take the truck somewhere. People are always tagging me or sending, they're like, you see this? I'm like, yeah, they're good representatives, you know. And when they come and picked up the truck after this photo shoot, they had one of their grandfather's oil pumps or gas pumps, and it's pretty amazing. It's one of my most prized possessions. I show that to everybody that they had brought to me. So I mean, I'm very proud and very lucky to be friends with these guys.
I think that the network that's created throughout the country with the truck shows and in the industry in itself. I mean, you guys all make connections along the way, however you do. But in the truck show circuit out there, all these different events, it's not always about showing up and doing a show in a truck. There's so much other stuff going on. I mean, you know, look at 10-4 magazine right now. We just acquired Trucking for Kids, Truck Drags and Show and Shine, that's going to come around in September. Yeah, it's a great get together. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's all about, you know, let's bring our best and have a good time. But it's about giving back too, and that's what it's really about for us. And there's so many other shows throughout the country now they're in that same mode. And you touched on a point, Mickey, that makes me always think of one guy, and I can't remember his name. Maybe Dan will remember if he's still there. But we were at Matt's back in, I think it was 2017. It was the day of awards, and they were pretty much all done but the People's Choice, and they named the name of the winner and held up the trophy, and the dude wasn't in there. And it was that gas truck. I think it was a 66 Phillips 66 gas truck or something. Dan, help me out here, man. I can't remember, but it was an older guy and his wife, and it was their truck. And this thing was just, you know, just pretty much a simple working truck, still out there doing it every day, but it was the People's Choice, and he wasn't even in there. You guys remember that truck at all?
I'm trying to remember. I can't remember it.
It was orange and white, and I think it was a bobtail load deck or beaver tail, something like that. Man, I don't know. My brain's all fried from COVID here from last year, still a bit. But the thing about it was the look on his face. Yeah, Dan's on. He ran in. They found him in the hallway, and he come running in. Had no idea. He thought it was, you know, everything was done and over with. And the look on his face. Those are the guys I dig seeing go up and get a trophy. They got no idea. They just did what they did because they wanted to do it. Whether it's showing a truck and winning a trophy, giving back to the community, helping your buddy out, whatever the case may be, we just do what we do because that's who we are. It ain't about what we get on the other side, man. And that's what I see. That's what I see happening a lot in let's call it our group, our family, the people that we seem to be closest and nearest and dearest to, that are the 10-4 family. I mean, and that's a huge family. That's a huge family. You know, you guys are part of it, man. You know, Mickey, I got I got two other trucks in here, buddy. Yep.
There's old Ty, you know, I mean, that's my greatest work drove that truck. I'm proud of my boy. He, as everybody knows.
Yes, we do.
And it's a big honor, you know, to have 3 trucks on the cover. I mean, it really is. And an old Gold Digger, it's a pretty amazing truck as well. It's still running out in the Oklahoma area.
That's amazing. And the latest, of course, right there.
Yeah, but you know, it's kind of ironic. You know, here I am. I'm always known for 359s, and all 3 of them are 359s. It's but you know, I mean, I love every truck. I mean, I just love trucks.
No, you don't, man. You let 359s, and that's all there is. Okay.
It's kind of one of them things that, you know, the blessing of getting to know people. There's a lot of guys out there that you know, Arlen Workman, he's always been known for 359s. And his boy Todd, you know, there's a lot of father and sons out there, but God, there's Rich Starks and Dave White and you know, Steve Moss and all of them. I mean, with Truett and guys like that. Truett's now actually, I think he says I rubbed off on him because I got a blue truck, but Truett's now building a 359. So I think I rubbed off on him a little too. But you know, the system works well for everybody, and these old trucks are just a positive thing. It's a labor of love. You know, you don't ever get out of it what you put in it, but it's a very, very good feeling to be noticed. And I appreciate, you know, Charles and Ethan let me be part of it. It's a great honor. It really is.
You know, here's something I want to ask all 3 of you, and this is something that, after being involved in the industry for as many years as we all have, and seeing where things are, where they're going, and not only us doing what we do, we're hobby trucking, let's face it, you know, bringing trucks to the shows and doing the things we do. Some of us actually drive every single day too, but the guys that are out there that are, you know, doing what they're doing because they love doing it, whether it's showing or just driving and making a living and still enjoying it. Other things around the industry, and I'm gonna say NHRA, just because I watched them this weekend, and I watched Daytona too. I'm sure a lot of other folks as well. You know, with fuel being what it is, and the push to go away from it and go electric, you know, do we see ourselves at some point in our lifetime where it's going to be we're kind of a nostalgic thing, and you know, NASCAR, NHRA, truck shows, we're all nostalgia anymore because everything is no longer fossil fueled? What do you guys think? Who wants to take that?
I think the nostalgia of the trucks, I mean, you look the notoriety it gains. It's like the ATHS show this year, you know, it's close to home, and I've heard rumors, you know, that there could be as many as 1,800 trucks there, you know, and it's like, you know, you don't see 1,800 cars in a NASCAR race, you know, and it's
No.
it's kind of one of them things, you know, you start looking at guys that show up for this stuff, you know, the truck show at Joplin, you know, when you get 1,000 trucks that show up, and the trucking for kids stuff. But I mean, and it's just like, you know, down at Louisville and Wildwood, people come in groves to see this stuff, and it's every year. I think it's grown. I remember going to shows in the 80s and 90s and just looking and thinking, man, there'd be 20, 30, 40 trucks, you know, you didn't ever think there'd be a couple hundred, you know, but I think it's legendary, you know, to see some of the people in the past, from the Pickett's and Brian Martin and Jeff Botello and John Silva, just a lot of people building really cool stuff that it's become legendary. I mean, it really has.
Yep. You know, and there's, I mean, you start breaking it down across the country, and, you know, the West Coast, East Coast, Midwest, whatever, all these different guys, you know, islands up there in the north. I mean, all these different names start popping up. But the thing that was just kind of interesting to me was that after seeing what was going on this year, NHRA and NASCAR, both huge shifts. I mean, huge shifts in what they're doing. NASCAR, what's that?
a lot of it, I think, is because of this COVID stuff.
Well, I think that may have been the initial, like, how do we do this anymore? And then now I'm looking at it and going, man, they've not only changed, NASCAR, new cars, which they had some issues with on Sunday. Let's face it, they did.
Yeah.
And then NHRA, a lot of drivers are now team owners. These guys, they're putting their money back into their sport so they can keep going. And that's what's happening. Tony Stewart, NHRA guy now. Of course, he's married.
Yeah, he married into that deal.
He married into that deal. Yeah. What's her name now? Leah Stewart now. But and she got eliminated on Sunday, first round, unfortunately. But I just feel like, when's it coming? And then after the races, I watched this crazy off-road electric car race in Saudi Arabia or somewhere that these guys are doing, and it's a 4 or 5 or 6 series race season that they do, and they're all electric off-road cars. The Grand Prix cars, they've got an E version. They're trying to get us into e-trucks. I know eventually someday, is it going to happen in our lifetime? That's why I'm asking, when does it become, are we just going to, finally get on course and realize, look, this is how it's got to get done, stay being done, and keep going that way. I know I got way off here on from where we started, but it keeps coming up. It keeps coming up. And I want to talk to guys that are in it. And, Mickey, you're still running trucks every day. So, this has got to be part of your thought process. And, anybody that's in and around a truck all the time, they got to be saying, how much longer are we going to be in these trucks and rolling coal? I don't know.
It's like anything with trucking, you got to find your niche, and I've talked to guys and you watch and admire, the Island family or Vinny with Roland Transport, or, you look out there and see, Randy Stroop and what they all do, but it's like these guys, they get big and it's pretty amazing to see them do what they do. But some of it's for the love of it, but at the same time, some people have found the right niche that they get to make money doing what they love to do. And that's about what trucking is. I really believe that we all get to show off a little bit. The Bandit said it right, with Smokey and the Bandit, just getting a little to be out there and just show off a little bit. And I think that's true. We get to do it and we get to be seen. And, Truett had told me one time, I don't want to see my stuff sitting in a garage. I want to see it running down the highway. And, it's true. When your stuff's going down the road and it gets noticed, it's like when Charles and Ethan drive that truck, and when it's going down the road, I'm sure it gets thumbs up from 9-year-olds to 90-year-olds, and it's that's what's fun.
You guys getting a lot of chatter on the radio when you're rolling down the road in that truck?
Well, yeah, we do. I mean, some of it actually surprises me, just when we was coming back from Joplin. I mean, we was probably, I don't know, 40, 50 miles from home out here on the Cumberland Parkway, which is not a heavily traveled road. And they was 3 flatbeds past us, and one of them hollered back, hey, there's the Johnny Cash truck, and I'm thinking, wonder where these guys, come up with that at, they've seen it somewhere. So it's kind of getting recognized a little bit,
Well, you're going to get a whole bunch more coming your way too. Not only obviously because you're on the cover of 10-4 magazine this month, but you're going to be in Matt's in Louisville here in March with us, correct?
We will. Yes, sir.
So you'll have her all dressed up and looking good and out there for everybody to check out. That's it's going to take off then too. That's going to be another big deal. Of course, that's going to probably give as much to the guys that are still out there driving professionally as much as the people that are just attending the show and want to see what some beautiful trucks look like. But notoriety, yeah, you're gonna see a lot of it. You might end up looking like these guys right here if you win something. And so that's the couple I was trying to tell you about. Dan sent me over. You got Bud Farquhar in the background. So there's their truck in the background too. I think I've got, and there's the truck.
Yeah.
So Suburban Towing, there's what it was. But I remembered it was orange and white. But this truck, for some reason, there was something about this truck. It just it just captured everybody's attention. I don't know, and but having these folks come in after they won, you can see the smile on Bud's face right there too. They're like, "Hey, we did what? We won."
That's an awesome truck.
I mean, it is, but just how honest of a emotion is that from folks who just thought like, what they had no idea, man. They thought it was just the show was done and they were done and that's that. And we couldn't even find them when they got their names called. And anyway, just, I love seeing that. That to me is what I love seeing. I love seeing that, because I think what set me off on that, Mickey, was, some guys have expectations and, you get into these, well, just say emotional moments at shows sometimes because somebody didn't win and somebody else did and things like that. And, go there and bring your best game. That's all you can do, man.
Yeah.
And if you did a good job, you should take that home with you no matter what, whether you win a trophy or not. It's about showing up and just doing as good a job as you can possibly do. The rest will come. I'll tell you, it just does. It works itself out. So,
no matter what the trophy is, at the end of the day, the trophy is the friendships and the people that you get to meet along the way. That's what the trophy is.
I hear you.
It's like Louisville, I mean, we're gonna go and we're gonna shine the old girl up and meet a lot of people and talk to a lot of people. And, I've seen a lot of names, a lot of names on here, on the comments and stuff. And, I hope some of these folks are there. I'd like to be able to meet some of them, put a face with a name. And like Mickey said, make friendships, talk to people and look at other people's trucks and equipment and enjoy looking at that. And that's what we're going for.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys will. It'll turn out that way. Trust me. Anybody that's at that part of the country and can make it out there for the show coming up in March, and that's going to be, of course, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 22nd, 24th, 25th, 26th are the actual show days. We're going to be rolling in on the 22nd. We'll be there the 22nd, 23rd through actually the following Monday. So we've got some things that we're going to be taking care of while we're in town as well. But you'll meet some folks there and you'll get the chance to go out and just walk around and take it all in, man. Now, is this your first time at Mid-America, guys, or have you been there before? Mickey, I know you've been there, but Charles?
We've been to the show back a few years ago, but this will be the first time we'll actually, have a truck there and be exhibiting.
Well, it's exciting to be a part of it, and it's exciting to have you guys there.
You're welcome, Dan. I appreciate you for letting me be on here.
Danny Kimball right there. So Danny will be there on the lot.
Same here, Danny.
Look us up, Dan.
Yep, absolutely. Billy Joe Burrell. There you go, fellas.
There you go with old mechanical stuff. Well, That's what we've got, as most everybody knows, with old 3408.
Yep, there it is. Well, guys, we've actually taken it almost to the end. So, like I said, we just talk until we're done. If Charles, you guys got anything else you guys want to add to the show today and talk about?
Nothing else really to talk about. I just want to say it's an honor and privilege to be even considered in 10-4 magazine, and it's a bigger honor to be on the cover, and we're proud to be a part of the 10-4 family, and appreciate everything the 10-4 does.
Well,
I appreciate Mickey taking the time to message me back and put everything into motion, and then for Eric Hale to not just come talk to us, but Eric sat down with us at Mickey's, the Beerman Bash, and Eric's a phenomenal guy, and we can't thank him enough. Top-notch guy.
Yeah, we enjoyed getting to know Eric at the Beerman Bash, and he's kind of the one that set the ball in motion for all this, and we really appreciate him. And he's, like Ethan said, he's a top-notch guy, and glad to get to know him and call him a friend.
Well, the same thing. I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate the 10-4 magazine crew. It's it's an honor. It always has been. At the end of the day, you know, we're only as good as what we did yesterday. But I look forward to more time with y'all and some other people. And shout out to my boy Tyler. He's out there trucking tonight. I love you, buddy.
Well, somebody's got to make some money around here right now,
That's
right?
exactly right. That's exactly right.
We can't all sit around and just chat.
Yep, exactly.
Well, I want to say, since I'm the guy on the mic today for 10-4 and all of us at Team 10-4, we do what we do for you, and we appreciate you guys from our hearts to yours. Without you, there's no 10-4. So everybody out there that supports us and is part of the 10-4 family, as we always say to our cover truckers, welcome to the family. Guys, welcome aboard, and we look forward to many years ahead of much fun at shows and events and things around the country. We hope to always see you, and anything we can ever do for you, please let us know. We're here to help. So
Thanks. Tell Dan and Shannon, Stephanie, Eric, yourself, John, thanks for all you guys do, and Charles, Ethan, look forward to seeing you guys soon.
All right.
Here, Mickey.
Amen.
Much appreciated. And Mickey, I know they all heard you because they're all watching right now, so everybody appreciates that. Mickey, we'll talk to you soon. Thanks for jumping in on such short notice, and we'll look forward to hearing about the upcoming chapters of what you're up to there, buddy.
All right. I thank you guys. Appreciate it. Have a good night.
Take care now.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right, fellas. I hope you enjoyed having Mick in there. I'm sure you did.
Absolutely.
Sure you did.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a pleasure to bring him on in today and share the show with them. Well, I can't wait, guys. We're going to be seeing you in a relatively short period of time here coming up in March. We'll see you there at the get together. Again, we'll certainly set something up so we can meet with you and share you as part of the live stream going on during the show days on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. We'll figure that out when we get closer, but we'll certainly catch up with you on Wednesday as well. We want to kind of do a behind the scenes, a little bit of deal there where we capture everybody before they got to go rags down, and it's time to just sit back and watch what happens. So, what's that?
I said all greasy and dirty from
covered in rouge, man. Covered in rouge. You gotta, if you ain't covered in rouge, you ain't doing it right.
Very true.
You guys are going to be part of the light show Thursday night. Yes. Got to be.
And we'll do the drive around on Saturday as well.
And then Saturday, if everything works out, you never know what's going to be like there in Louisville. You could drive in and be in the snow like we did one year, but let's hope and keep our fingers crossed. Great weather, and we can have a great show. And no matter what, we're going to have a great show, but let's hope the weather is on our side as well. So, guys, thanks so much for jumping in and being part of Studio 10-4. And of course, congratulations on the cover for February.
Thank you.
We'll be seeing you guys soon, and look for us somewhere out there. We'll be nearby soon. Okay.
We will.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
All right, y'all.
Appreciate
Take care.
10-4. Thank you.
All right, guys. Take care. All right. Wonderful having fellas on here today and being a part of the show. I want to take a minute here before we get too far out, excuse me, and say thanks to Jesse's, of course, jessiestrucks.com for bringing the show to us today. You guys get over to jessiestrucks.com and check out the truck that he is giving away. Again, that's JES4. That just stands for the Jesse's Equipment Sales number 4. That's a 4th truck that he's had up to give away. You not only win the truck, but you win $10,000 as well. So be sure and get over there and check him out and get in there and enter. And to enter, you buy swag. And if you keep on top of it, you never know what he's going to do. He has a special every now and then where they'll run a 2-time, 5-time, 10-time, 20-time bonus deal where you spend $1, you get 20 entries if it's a 20-time bonus or a 30-time bonus, whatever the case may be. You'll get that many more entries into the drawing for that truck. Especially want to thank Pittsburgh Power and their product, Max Mileage. This product is a fuel catalyst that is added into any kind of fuel, diesel or gasoline or and greatly improves the longevity and lifetime of your particular engine and performance, gas mileage, everything. So check them out. Go to their website, pittsburghpower.com, and click on max mileage. Also want to thank our newest and definitely one of the good guys in the business, and especially right there. See that beautiful poster in the back, Evan? I'm calling you out on that. Babes and Big Rigs. Thank you much for that. If you guys can't really see that, I understand it's kind of low lit right now. I need to get a better light on it, maybe. But that is a beautiful Max Superliner, which was one of the first Class 8 trucks that I ever owned and drove every day for many years. But I kind of have a near and dear place to myself with those trucks, and that particular poster is pretty cool. And that was thanks to Evan over at Evans Detailing and Polishing. Remember, when it's time to shine, be looking for Evan. We'll see you later, guys. Have a great week. We have some shows coming up. I want to mention I got JC Alt coming up. Will be next week, and then Dan Linz will be back in the studio, and we will have another one-on-one with Dan, and we will be taking your questions. That'll be the following week. Be sure and get yourself in on those shows. You got any questions, especially with JC? Matt's coming up. We got lots of questions, and he's got lots of answers, we hope. And then, of course, with Dan Linz, Dan the Man, our editor, owner, and creator of 10-4 Magazine, joining us here in the studio live, not virtually, but live here in Studio 10-4. Till then, keep the shiny side up. You guys stay healthy out there. Be good. One thing I didn't mention real quick, it is happening. And I don't want to go without saying something about it. It is happening. I'm going to bring it up here real quick. Let's bring this up here right now. It is the People's Convoy. It is happening. I don't know all the details on this. Just know this. It is real. I've seen some live streams on it where they started out at today in Southern California. I don't know where this thing's going to go. I hope, and I will say the same as I did about the guys up in Canada, I hope for the best possible outcome on behalf of all the people involved in this and what they're doing and what they're trying to accomplish. What happened up in Canada over the weekend, if you have paid any attention to the news, you know that things may not have ended favorably and not the way that certainly they would have liked them to. Just know this. Things are definitely not over yet, and I'm sure there's going to be more to come on the issues and the solutions up in Canada, as well as the things that are going to be happening here in the United States with this latest American Truckers and Allies, or the People's Convoy. And that's thepeoplesconvoy.org. Go there, check it out. Looks like they've already got about $500,000 almost raised in donations that they're claiming so far. All I can tell you is there it is. I've given you the information. You guys do with it as you will. Thank you, Gene. Always, Mama Gene. Appreciate it. Gene Asuji, of course, 10-4, another founder and owner of 10-4 Magazine. Although she is, I think, some 90.9% retired, she's still there hanging out and always a part of the show, and we love having her. Everybody else for tuning in, thank you guys again. Appreciate the heck out of you. Without you, we got no show. So please do us a big favor, and when you watch the show, share it with your friends. Even after the show, share it with your friends on the social media. We have it, of course, on YouTube and on Facebook. Looks like everybody that was watching today was tuned in on Facebook. So Facebook was the big winner today. Till next week, guys, take care. Keep the shiny side up. We'll see you.